more analysis with France 24's chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons. Rob, what are your thoughts on this statement from the German foreign minister yesterday saying Germany would now not stand in the way if Poland was asked to send Leopards to Ukraine?
Well, on the face of it, it's very interesting, and certainly the Poles and others, and particularly the Ukrainians, will be immensely encouraged by it, because after the meeting at Ramstein on Friday, the feeling was that it was going to take a lot of time before the Germans could be persuaded either to send Leopard tanks themselves or unblock the way for others to send Leopard tanks to Ukraine. But, if Annalena Baerbock made this statement on French LCE television on Sunday, it appears that the Germans have reassessed the situation. They have been under immense pressure from their allies to do so. But I suppose if there's an element of doubt in this, it is that Annalena Baerbock comes from the green wing of this coalition government in Germany at the moment. Scholz, the Chancellor, is from the Social Democrats. He is the man, and that is the party in the coalition that has been the most reluctant to allow the Leopards to be sent to Ukraine. So perhaps this points to a division within the party. It is interesting that today in Brussels, where Annalena Baerbock was with other foreign ministers for a meeting to look at aid to Ukraine, when asked the question whether the entire government was behind this statement that she had made on Sunday, she rather danced around the question. I think there are still doubts there, but there is no question at all that the pressure on Germany is mounting intensively.
And you mentioned there is this EU foreign ministers meeting on today in Brussels. Is anything likely to come out of that? Any progress?
Well, I think now this is very much on the agenda. I mean, the main business is a block of military aid to Ukraine, 500 million euros, another slab of aid. The Hungarians may slow things down, but it's expected that will go through. But obviously, everybody now is waiting to see what happens on the issue of the Leopard tanks, because no question about it, they are critically important to the Ukrainians at this stage. We heard Gulliver speaking about the situation in Zaporizhia region in eastern Ukraine, where the Russians have launched what appears to be, what they claim certainly is an offensive there. It is precisely for situations like that and for going on the counter-offensive themselves in the spring that Ukraine needs those tanks. The tanks the tanks they've got are T-72s. They're pretty basic. They're old, designed for warfare in the 1970s, 1980s. The Russians have a lot of them as well, incidentally. But what the Leopards are built to do is they're much more modern, much more sophisticated, powerful, and they were designed to compete with the best Russian tanks. So that would make an immense difference on the battlefield. Plus, there are a number of armies, I think there are about 12, 13 armies in the European Union, which have Leopard tanks in large numbers. So they could easily be supplied to the Ukrainians if the go-ahead was given. Today, the Polish Prime Minister, Morawiecki, said that regardless of what the Germans do or don't do, Poland has made up its mind, together with a group of coalition countries like Denmark, the Baltic countries and so on, Finland, to supply those tanks to Ukraine. So I think the pressure really will be intense on Germany today to unblock this and let the supply of Leopards to Ukraine go ahead.
All right, Rob, thanks for that. France 24's Rob Parsons.